You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV Snooki and JWoww After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Snooki and JWoww After Show.
Hey guys, what's up? Bing is always doing it, and we're here in the studio doing it again, and it's another episode of Snooki and JWoww, episode 4 to be exact, and it's called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I'm in the studio with Phil, your favorite producer and host.
Phil the Thrill, baby.
Phil the Thrill. Phil, where can we find you first?
We can find me at PD Svitek on Twitter. Now, here's what I want to say.
Yes.
We're in Studio B. We're on a different hour. Why? Because of DirecTV's dispute with Viacom.
Wait, come on. I was going to talk about that part in news also.
It's such big news. It is.
Everyone
fans
knows.
have to know.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a shame. And we were supposed to have the regular host that could make it, but they also do other shows on Thursday night. So that's why Gabby and I are the lone two. Are you Snooki or are you JWoww?
I'm a little mixed between both.
So who am I?
You're the handyman.
Okay, fair enough.
From the episode tonight. Well, I do have to say, tonight's episode was very, it was cute. I wish we could have extended it a little more into next episode because that one looked a little juicier. However, we started off with Snooki in the doctor's office, getting her, what is it called, a sonogram?
Sonogram.
Sonogram, right. So she was getting her sonogram to see her little baby, and then after that, they were kind of preparing for a big housewarming party, which was kind of interesting. What did you think about the overall episode, Phil?
I enjoyed it. For me, I honestly thought it didn't even come to my mind. Maybe it's because I'm a guy, and I was like, oh, their apartment's done. Like, they have a bed in there. And for me, later in the episode, they brought in furniture. And I really like the openness. It's just such a bachelor pad, and obviously they took decorating to decorator to a whole new level. But
yeah, I agree with that. I feel like they kind of Jersified the house a little, and I did like it beforehand. I mean, it was so cute and old school, I feel like, but had that modern vibe to it. And I did like the openness. Like you said, it would be the perfect bachelor pad. I mean, but they kind of brought the Jersey Shore house to this apartment in Jersey City, which is cool, but obviously you could tell that the other roommates thought they were a little crazy. And even, like, anybody walking in that house probably thought they were a little crazy. I mean, because JWoww went to one of those, like, cheap stores where you just buy things for your apartment, and she bought, like, leopard and different animal print tape that she just taped things with. Like, it wasn't just wallpaper or it looked like wrapping paper or tape that she just stuck on things.
But you made a good point. You made a point that they're only going to be living in this house for a short amount of time. Yeah,
which is crazy.
Well, here's what I will say. Here's what I will say to that. The idea of, okay, you're going to be living in this house for a short amount of time. You know what? Go nuts. Experiment. See what you like. If it doesn't work out, try again another week. And at the end of the day, you know, there's a time limit because, you know what? And again, it's supposed to be these two girls kind of learning about themselves. So try out, see what you like, and when you get your own house, then you'll kind of at least have a base of like, okay, I tried that didn't work. I like this, X, Y, and Z.
Honestly, though, I kind of hope that they went to the dollar store for that because it's such a waste of money. They're going to be in the house for like a month probably, 4 weeks, and she bought all this furniture. She bought all this like stuff to just decorate the walls with, and the phone even had leopard on it or whatever it was, animal print style. I was just like, this is a little overboard, but obviously it's their personality. And what even happened to that painting? They never even got the painting.
That's coming Saturday.
Oh, so it wasn't Saturday yet.
No.
Okay, that's why. So what's so special about Saturday?
They just want a painting.
They just want a painting, and it's going to come after the party.
Yes.
That's crazy. And then they're going to move out a week later. It's kind of nuts. But anyways, I want to get into also the idea of having these handyman come to the houses. And I mean, it's kind of funny to me, but I don't expect anything less that these girls can't do things for themselves. Like, they can't get up on ladders and hang, like, drapes. It's such a to-do for them.
I mean, let me ask you this: did you ever like decorate like the prom? Were you part of like the prom decorating committee?
No, I wasn't.
Boring.
Were you?
No, but I'm just asking. Like,
it's okay. You could be honest.
I was not part of the prom.
It's not that I wouldn't do it. I just wasn't part of that committee. I was a part of other committees.
What, the prom queen committee?
No, I did. Well, actually, I was in my homecoming court for high school, which is cool. It was like the top 10 girls, top 10 guys. But I didn't win. It was okay. It was a lot of fun anyways. But, yeah, I mean, I have always wanted to decorate an apartment of my own. I mean, right now I live in a studio, so it's not that serious. But I've always wanted to have that style input. That's actually why I like the website Pinterest. Have you heard of it?
No.
Because you can put up your own pins of different pictures of decorating rooms, houses, and you get ideas from other people. But I've always been into the decorating thing. I just haven't had the opportunity to really do it. But I think it's kind of funny that they have to hire a handyman. I didn't even know you could do. I thought the apartment itself had its own handyman. Like, you'd call the landlord, and he'd send over the handyman.
I don't think it's in the job description. Here's the thing. Like, yeah, you get the landlord can. If the toilet's clogged, you can call the landlord's handyman. Now, if you need drapes hung and like decor,
that's so true.
You know, you can't just call the handyman for that.
But can you call a handyman in general for that? I think that's kind of weird too.
Well, they're handymen.
So they just do whatever. Don't you love the one phone call they made? And she was like, "Are you a handyman?" And he's like, "I'm a good handyman," or whatever he said. Like, he was like, "Yeah, I can handle."
No, he was like, "I'm a handyman."
Oh, yeah, that's how he said it. Yeah, you said it better than I did. That's what he said. It was so funny. I loved that. And then she's like, "Ew, gross," and just hung up the phone. I'm like, oh, my God, I love her. That's why I feel like I could hang out with these girls, because I just feel like they're girl next door, but very wild girl next door. You know what I mean?
I mean, they just say what they want. And
they do, and
I mean, the interview process for this handyman thing was not very extensive.
Yeah, and then they had multiple people come in, like Anthony, who JWoww described as a hot black man over the phone. However, when he showed up, he was this, like, you know, big, like, Italian guy walking through the door.
At least he wasn't some, like, low-rent kind of guy. Like, most of the time, you have a hot voice, whether guy or girl, and then, like, some 3 shows up, you know, for lack of a better term.
Some 3.
And then, you know, I mean, but, yeah, it just goes to show where, you know what, if Roger was black, maybe he'd be getting laid more.
You think?
Apparently.
I mean, Roger's pretty big. I wouldn't think that, like,
but he's not black.
Boring. Yeah, but still. And you know what's weird about that whole situation? I feel like she loves him so much. However, when that handyman guy came in, Anthony, you could tell she was, like, kind of blushing a little when he first came into the apartment. She was a little, like, giddy. Can you tell, like, when a girl likes a guy? Did you get that? I was thinking, oh, she thinks he's probably
cute. If I
cute.
knew that, the secret would... Never mind.
What?
My life would be way easier.
It would be way... But you have a girlfriend, so I guess it wasn't too bad for you.
My life would have been easier.
So the process took a while for you to figure out.
Yes.
That's funny. No, I mean, I thought that she was kind of interested in him in the beginning when he first walked up, because it seemed... the expression on her face, the way her body language just seemed to me like, oh, he's cute. Just like the real estate guy, except she passed the real estate guy off to the other real estate woman.
Well, is that why they wanted the sex stories, to just see what he was all about?
Yeah, I mean, they said they like to joke around, but at the same time, yeah, I feel like they're, like, feeling the waters a little. They're testing the waters. That's what they're doing. Exactly. So, I mean, I don't think she'd cheat on him unless, like, they were going through a rough patch, but I definitely think she flirts with guys, and I think she was flirting with him in the beginning until he said some weird shit that I don't even know what was going on in the conversation. They like bleeped out the entire conversation to the point where you couldn't even understand what they were speaking about. I think I might I think I might have one idea of what it might be, but I mean, the realm of things that it could be.
What was it?
I mean, I definitely think, I mean, I hate to curse, but whatever, I'm going to do it is. I think that they were talking about someone's asshole, but I don't think it was like someone shitting, because we were talking about that, like someone shitting on somebody, like their girlfriend maybe while they're having sex. I don't think it was that, because he mentioned something about him putting his thing in her, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe he's like eating something he's not supposed to be eating or doing some weird shit. But either way, they bleeped out the whole thing, and all I heard was like, yeah, she did, like something about it, like an asshole or like.
I mean, you literally had like,
oh my god, what is this?
Beep.
Do the whole thing. So it's like, why even place that in there? Like, they could have edited that so much better to like make it shorter. Because I don't want to watch something I don't understand.
Yeah, at least if it was like, and then he took the beep and shoved it right in her beep, and after that they beep together, and then oh my god, after that, like just every other word of beep, that would be okay, but
it was beeps the entire thing. Do you have any beeps? Maybe we could like replay. I'll reenact the scenario.
I have everything but beeps.
Why don't we do sound effects? I'll talk and then you go beep the whole time.
Okay,
so
ready?
It was kind of like this. So then you this and then that, and then you put it there and this, and then it was like that and that. So that's what it was pretty much like, except you wouldn't hear anything I was saying instead. But yeah, so I mean, I just thought that was a little ridiculous. I'm sure it was a funny, weird story, and obviously they got creeped out after, so it must have been really sick. And then he left the house and never to be heard from again.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bad idea to ask a guy, hey, can you tell us some weird stories? And, you know, as soon as they get going, they'll get going. Do you ever, like, find yourself, like, let's take our mutual friend Ronnie. Like, if you ever asked him, like, a sex story and, like, you just knew he would go off about... No?
I knew he'd go off about it and then it would be awkward, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Honestly, like, the only way it could be really awkward if it's something, like, completely disgusting where I, like, would not respect him for it after. But
even if he was like, all right, scenario. So you're like, Ronnie, tell me, like, a crazy sex story. And he'd be like, okay, listen. All right, so I'm doing this chick. She's bent over. And then she's like, all right. I don't know. I was gonna like see. I can't even do it.
No, just say it. See, you're scared. We can't even reenact the situation. That's how bad we are. Well, I guess you're creeped out by itself in general, so you can't even give a story.
Well, I guess I just don't want to make up sex stories for Ronnie with chicks and like slapping asses and shit.
You don't have any real ones. We don't have to go there. It's okay because your girlfriend works here. So, but anyways, I mean. Yeah, that was a little weird, and I'm sure he kind of creeped them out because he got really comfortable with them really fast, and they don't know him, you know, and he doesn't know them, so I don't know why he was that comfortable. I think he's just shooting the shit because of who they are.
Yeah, I mean, maybe does he know them because of the show?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he definitely knows them because of the show, and he's probably just, all right, I'm going to do whatever these girls say. I feel like guys, especially guys, when they're around, like, celebrities or people that are really famous and are known, they act so differently and like want to be accepted, and I just feel like any guy would pretty much do anything to just be a part of that social circle.
Was he thinking he could get a threesome?
I mean, you never know. Those girls are crazy. You never know what was going through his head. But I mean, speaking of craziness and all that stuff, if you want to buy like sex toys, I don't know if they sell them on Amazon, but if you're interested in that stuff, you should go to our website and go to AFTERBUZZTV.com and click the banner that will lead you there, and you can buy some stuff off Amazon, and we'll get a percentage of that. And
you can buy anything.
You can.
You don't have to buy sex toys.
It doesn't have to be that, but that was my fail of a segue.
Well, no, it was a good segue, but I just want to make sure that people understand.
No. Amazon has a lot of things. They have books, they have DVDs, they have household items. If you want to redecorate your apartment like they did tonight, I'm sure you could get stuff on Amazon, decorate your house.
So before you go to Amazon, go to AfterBuzzTV.com. Click that banner. That takes you to AfterBuzz. That takes you to Amazon, and then you shop away. We get a percentage. You get your bonus savings and all that fun stuff. So.
And we promise you we won't shut off your service to anything here, like
that's a good promise.
Sorry, we will never do that unless you guys stop buying from Amazon or all these other places. And if you don't comment or rate us on iTunes, then that could be a problem. But no, but we love you guys. So the main part of tonight's episode was the housewarming party. And I thought that this was insanely crazy that Snooki did not want to invite Mike the situation. The only castmate not invited was Mike. And I mean, I get their situation together and the relationship between the castmates, but at the same time, Snooki always is back and forth between liking Mike and not liking Mike. So you would think that, like, I mean, they haven't been together in a while. They haven't been filming, so they haven't been up each other.
He might have been in rehab. You don't know where he was. Like,
you know what? You're right. He was in rehab at this time. So I think maybe she just made that storyline up.
Yeah.
Oh, dick in the soup right there.
Dick in the soup.
Thanks, Phil, for putting on your smarts. Thanks for putting on your smarts for that. Because I wasn't even thinking dick in the soup, but now that you say it, it was totally dick in the soup. So, yeah, Mike was probably in rehab, and so that's really why Mike was not invited. And you know what's also funny about the party? I think the whole thing was dick in the soup because, think about it, they're all on such crazy schedules promoting this product, that product. Pauly D's filming his own show or, you know, in Vegas doing his residency. I mean, because at that time, I think we were doing the Pauly D project here, and they were in Vegas, here, there, everywhere. So I know Pauly was too busy to even come in here for just to come in and talk to you guys, and we only got the other castmates. So the fact that he was back.
Now, when you say we only got the first,
no,
we love them.
We got pretty much all of them. I do love them. Don't get me wrong. However, like the star of the show is so busy. Obviously, he has such a crazy life. All these, you know, gigs that he's got going on. So we couldn't get him in the studio when we were doing the Pauly D project. So I think it's funny how, you know, he was on the East Coast for this and was able to go to Snooki's thing. And I just think that's dick in the soup because that was definitely scripted in the party. And they made sure all castmates were there. Because, I mean, come on. She called them the day before. Can you guys come to our housewarming party, dinner and everything? And it was so easy for her. Meanwhile, we know everyone doesn't even live on the East Coast anymore. It's like everyone's all over the place. So that's definitely dick in the soup right there. What do you think?
Totally dick in the soup.
Yeah, it is. But, so anyways, they had decorated their house at the Handyman. However, the furniture was not delivered until Pauly got to the house the night of the party, which I think was funny because they had him, like, helping, you know, decorate and unwrap things. So that was kind of crazy. And some of the furniture that JWoww bought was just so ridiculous. And the fact that Snooki had gotten in that, like, large bench thing and she was calling it a zebra coffin and how she wants to be buried in a zebra coffin was, like, beyond me. I'm just like, that is so fucking nuts.
What coffin do you want?
I would love to be in a mausoleum. You know, this is, like, a really random question. I mean, yeah, like, answer. But I'm like Snooki. I don't like bugs, like how she said. I want to be, like, in a really beautiful place up from the ground. You know, and not have to deal with, like, who wants to be buried in the ground? I mean, people do, but I just think it's gross. How do you want to go? In the ocean?
No, I'm going to be cremated.
You want to be cremated?
You know why?
Why?
Never mind. It would gross you out if I said it.
Just say it. You can't be more gross than Anthony the Handyman.
All right. Well, no, here's the thing, right? So, so there's a stat out there. 80% of undertakers are necrophiliacs. That doesn't mean you actually have to sleep with the body, but that you actually just get aroused by seeing dead people.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make anyone aroused when I'm dead, so...
You really think that... Yeah, but if you're in the ground, are you saying they dig people up or something?
No, they have to... When they put them in the coffin, when they have to take care of the body and put it in the coffin, they're the undertaker.
Oh, so you're just saying you don't want... Okay, that's weird.
I don't want to give some guy a hard-on.
Oh, that's so weird. That is so weird, Phil. But I think that happens no matter what. Like, everybody does that, right?
What?
Like, doesn't that happen for every dead person?
That someone gets aroused?
Yeah.
Not me. I don't get aroused by dead people.
No, I mean, like, but doesn't that happen to the dead person? Like, when they're filling them up with fluids and stuff?
That they get aroused? I don't know.
Yeah, like, even though they're dead, I think like, something in their body, I don't know. Weird. Because I thought there was, like, a story in the news about that. Do you remember? I don't know, whatever. It was really creepy.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Funeral homes are weird either way. Snooki probably has enough money to, like, never be in the ground in a coffin anyways. She could probably be like floating in a ship or something for the rest of her life.
Yes.
I don't know, in like a nice area. Well, anyway, so they had this dinner. Snooki was actually cooking. All the castmates were there except for Mike, and she wanted to drop the bombshell of her pregnancy and the, engagement thing. So at first she only told them she was engaged to Gianni, and they kind of were all so rude about it. Didn't you think so?
I mean, I certainly thought so, but in a funny way.
Yeah, but I think it's only funny for like 5 seconds, and then when you keep going with it and keep joking and everyone joins in, it's kind of like an attack on one person.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that she obviously, the marriage means a lot to her, and here's the problem, especially I think the guys started it, and so guys, they'll always attack it and things like that. But yeah, they just definitely took it to a whole new level, and the thing is, if it's something dear to you, then yeah, it can hurt. But if it's something that you're kind of on the fence about, like, oh, I don't care, and it just continues and continues, then you're not gonna be as bummed out about it. But obviously, she cares, and I think it's just she only if it was just marriage, it'd be one thing. But the fact that she's ready to drop the bomb that she's pregnant, and she's pregnant with the guy that she's about to marry, that's the double whammy, because it's like stabbing her.
Right. I mean, do you agree with the situation in general? I know this is like old news, but do you agree that, she got pregnant, so she's keeping it. Now they're engaged because she's pregnant. What do you think about the whole situation?
I think, well, she admitted that's the reason why they are engaged, and
however, she wanted to get married to him before she knew she was pregnant.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Snooki did say, hey, I think it was with Whoopi. Ask her, hey, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And Snooki said, I want to be married and have a kid. And so she's got that. So it became a reality. So
now where does she see herself in 5 years? Oh, my God. With a few more babies.
Running around with a meatball.
Oh,
she's got to have the meatball clan.
I can't wait to see how this plays out in general and where the whole storyline and her brand goes from here with her having a baby. It's just so fast. Like, she went from this crazy, crazy, crazy party girl to now a mom. I mean, 2 extremes.
Drinking cranberry.
Within, like, a span of 3 years.
Yeah.
Most people rebrand themselves over time and work into different, they Miley Cyrus, for example, will take her years to break out of her Disney thing. I mean, she did it, but it takes a while.
Well, she took off her clothes and that was that.
Yeah, but, I guess she was a little faster than most people. However, she was a Disney kid for the longest time. And she said, we knew her as a Disney kid for the longest time. And eventually she got older and she needed to express herself in other ways. But with Snooki, we only knew her for around 3 years. And we knew her to be an extreme, of a certain type. And for going from one extreme to the complete other end of the spectrum. So I really can't wait to see how that plays out in life in general and where they go with her brand.
But she stayed being crazy and all that, so no matter what she does, she's still the core of her is the same.
Now, however, when her kid is born, that's going to be a whole nother story, because we don't know how she's going to be once her kid's born. That may change everything. I think it's really going to hit her once she has a baby in her hands.
Wait till she has to breastfeed. Woo!
Oh God, then it's going to be like the Snooki and Baby show,
hilarious. Right?
Snooki and Little Meatball. Big
That's
Meatball
right.
and Little Meatball. But yeah, so she did drop the bombshell. They weren't very happy for her, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just shocked, and I mean, I'm sure they weren't surprised, but they were surprised at the same time, if that makes sense.
Well, here's the tough part. Do you want to just go to a commercial and then we'll kind of discuss predictions? Cause
let's
it's more
do
predictions
that.
rather than anything else.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yep.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AFTERBUZZ TV. And why? Because AFTERBUZZ TV is like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows. Like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. I got some strong opinions. And AFTERBUZZ TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! What a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AfterBuzz TV goodness. Check them out. Give them a holler. And tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So guys, I mean, I'm sure you all heard and we kind of announced it at the top of the show. If you're a subscriber to DirecTV, you probably have noticed that you're missing a few networks and channels. Viacom pulled their programming because they're asking for a 30% increase in revenue from total sales. So DirecTV is pretty much arguing that and saying, no, we're not giving you a 30% increase. Otherwise, we're going to have to take it right from the customers. So they're going through a few contract terms right now. There's arguing going on, and they pretty much pulled their programming for the time being. So actually, with AfterBuzz, like we mentioned, we are using basic cable right now because we don't have any of the shows for you that we do here, or at least most of them. And then also, Season 6 of The Jersey Shore just wrapped in Seaside Heights. So, yeah, congratulations. For another season, yay, it's coming back. So that just wrapped on Perez Hilton. I know he was kind of debating whether or not they're going to be having an additional season after this one. But he said, honestly, with all the truckloads of cash MTV is paying them, we wouldn't blame any of the Guidos or Guidettes for coming back for another 10 seasons. So, I mean, we hope so, but who knows with everyone's life changes. So, yeah. I think we should get into the predictions, though, for this show.
Well, hold on. I got some, it's kind of internal AfterBuzz news. Well, it's,
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
Well, if you're not going to say it, I'd love to say it, too. So, if it's different, then you
go
can
ahead,
do your
say
thing
it.
after. I don't know if you guys know this. However, we just got some statistics back about AfterBuzz.
That's one of them. Okay.
Yeah. So we have around, 3 million downloads daily on iTunes.
Weekly.
Sorry.
We're not that high yet.
Yeah.
That should be a campaign, though. From 3 million a week to...
Get us there. If you rate and comment and tell a friend, you'll get us there eventually. Well, okay, so it's 3 million weekly downloads on iTunes. And if there's a new podcast app on your iPhone or whatever phone you have that has applications. You could download that. It's part of Apple. And actually, our picture is one of the screenshots for this application, which is really awesome. It's next to a few other big podcasts. So you guys should check it out. Steve Jobs is right next to us. So if you download that Apple Podcast app on your phone, you can listen to all of our podcasts right on your phone wherever you are at any time. So that's pretty cool. And those 3 million downloads weekly are from, 50 countries?
Yes, they are.
Over 50 countries? Yeah, it's crazy.
And here's some news. Thank you for those of you who've been listening. And we're working on getting Snooki's parents to be guests on our show.
That would be amazing.
The people who... not birthed, but maintained Snooki.
Maintained her and created who she is.
That's right.
Yeah, we love him. Thank you for that.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, what do we got, Gabby?
All right, Phil the Thrill, I think you should go first this time. What do you think? What do you think?
All right, I think they're only going to... the roommates will make matters worse because they're just going to continue to make fun of it. Now, Dina and Sammy are going to be like, oh my God, this is crazy, and they're going to be supportive, or they're going to be bawling their eyes out. They're going to take it seriously. The guys are just going to crack up hysterically. And that's going to be a detriment to Snooki because obviously it's a serious thing for her.
Yeah. I think they're going to be in disbelief. I mean, pretty much they are. Because she told them with a cake. She said, by the way, I'm pregnant in frosting on the cake.
Here's where it's going to get confusing. It says, happy birthday, so that's JWoww, I'm pregnant. So if you're the roommate, you're thinking, happy birthday to JWoww, I'm pregnant. JWoww's pregnant? What? JWoww's pregnant, you know what I mean? So
why does it say to JWoww, though, is what I'm saying?
Because it was just JWoww's birthday. No, but I'm saying the association, it's a cake, and it says, happy birthday. It was JWoww's birthday.
There should be a comma there or something, or a separation.
Well, there should be happy birthday to JWoww. Oh, and Snooki's pregnant. The pronouns just don't fit.
Yeah, it's not correct English. It's pretty much what it is on the cake. She doesn't know how to write. It's okay. We love her anyways. But yeah, I mean, I think they're definitely going to be shocked because that's a freaking bomb and a half.
What about
right
the Roger Gianni
And
fight?
the Roger Gianni fight. I mean, he really kicked him. That looked like it hurt. I think there's going to be some serious throwdown happening in the next episode. And if they go to a commercial, not even a commercial, sorry. If they end the episode leading up to that, I will be so mad at MTV. And then we have to wait another week to see. Oh, my God.
You know they're going to end with, like, just the last part of the kick before he actually kicks him or something.
And then we're going to have to wait for another week to see exactly what's going on with that fight.
I want to see the handyman come back and be like, yo, where's my money at? Come on.
That's what I want to see. I want to see everyone come back for their money to help them this one particular day. I mean, I don't know. I think I really love this show. It's a lot more interesting to me because we have the two biggest personalities on the Jersey Shore. And so I think it's only going to heat with the season. They need to keep bringing Roger and Gianni into the situation. I don't know why they weren't at dinner tonight. That kind of bothered me.
It was just the roommates. They were just wanted to tell the roommates.
Yeah, but still, like Gianni and Roger bring another newer, fresher element to the show. So I like that dynamic.
But it's better if Gianni can't defend himself. Like, you know, there wouldn't have been that, like...
Yeah, but that would have even been funnier if they were, like, silent and it was, like, awkward. And then they cut to the confessional, and they're like, I didn't know what to say. And Gianni was like, you know, I just think it would be so much more funnier if they did that. More funny.
More funny.
More funny.
Well, where can they find you for more funny?
Well, for more funny and more interesting things, you can find me on Twitter at Gabrielle_Loren or my Facebook page at Gabrielle Loren with the number 1. What about you, Phil?
Here on Whale Wars. I do Whale Wars. Whale Wars is good.
Oh, yeah. We should promote our other shows. I never do that.
Opening Act.
Opening Act. New
Monday nights.
On Monday nights. We just started our last episode / first episode was last week, Monday. So we'll be doing another one this Monday. You guys should check it out.
That's right.
If you stay up late. It's a good show. But anyways, until next time, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you back next week for more Snooki and JWoww. Keep it real.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, bitches.
Woo! Yeah, bitch.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.